Consistency and resiliency, two of the most important aspects of a successful jockey, and Delaware native Mike Luzzi fits that description perfectly. Yet we found out a whole lot more when we caught up with him recently here at Aqueduct. Mike, thanks for joining us here today. Now, you've ridden now consistently in New York for 20 years, which New York is arguably one of the toughest circuits in the country. Talk about your work ethic and what keeps you going year in and year out.
Bills. I enjoy riding every day. I enjoy going out in the morning. I enjoy winning. And I've been doing it, and it's just like, it doesn't seem like that long a time. It's really has gone by fast.
Richard Migliori, now a retired rider from here in New York, describes you as a lunch pail rider. You know, you go out there, you get the job done, nothing fancy. Do you like that description?
Yeah, I do. I don't mind that, and that's the way jockey should be described. Especially in this business, you know, when you win, it's great, but you did your job. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to get too excited. You can keep it inside. And when you lose, I mean, that's part of the job as well, so you can't get too down either. So I've learned through the years to keep it steady, act like you've been there before, act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. But sure, good description.
Well, you've also had your share of setbacks, such as injuries, including a pretty bad shoulder injury this past spring. Talk about what you have to go through and the mental toughness it takes to kind of bring yourself back and get back in the saddle each and every time.
It's a battle, and some of my best accomplishments have been coming back from injury. And you find out who your friends are. Nobody wants to see an injured jockey. I've learned that. But like I said, some of my best accomplishments were coming back, and it's hard work. I broke my femur and I broke my ankle like Junior Alvarado did. The shoulder was just a surprise kind of injury. It wasn't a fall. It was just kind of a bang. But each one's been different, and each one's been a fight, and I consider them winners.
You've had a lot of success here in New York, and you're now the all-time active leading rider here at the Big A. And a lot of people now look to you as the veteran in the room. But you've seen your fair share of riders go through here. Who did you look up to when you first started?
It's a good question. And I was looking at a picture, matter of fact, yesterday of the guys that when I first came here to ride with. And Richie, of course, and Robbie Davis. Jerry Bailey was always, he would stay late into the fall. And guys like that, that's who, and Mike Smith was here one winter. And I always looked up to them, and I felt I was a young rider. And now you look around and you say, man, there's a few guys older than me, but not as many as there used to be. So I'm hanging in there. As long as Mike Smith and Gary Stevens and them guys are riding, I'll stick to it.
You've had your fair share of successes. You won such races as the CCA Oaks, the Frizette, and the Cigar Mile. What is your highlight of your career?
That's another good question. I won a grade 1 for my grandfather. Matter of fact, it was the Brooklyn Handicap here at Aqueduct. Matter of fact, when I wasn't even here yet, I shipped in from Maryland to ride that race, and that was one of my better accomplishments. I don't know, just riding good horses. We all have that Kentucky Derby dream, and it starts this time of year, and I've yet to get there. It's disappointing. It's one of my disappointing things in my career, but you still have time. And I always tell people, there's only one happy jockey the day after the Derby, and there's thousands of disappointed ones, because it means another year went by where you didn't ride the race or you didn't win the race. So this time of year, everybody's thinking that way.
Well, Mike, here's to hoping you get that Derby horse. Thank you for your time.